I'm wearing a wig and I can't find the part. And I don't know. Anyways, all right. So, hey, get in here, get in here, get in here. Everybody get in here. Get in here, get in here, get in here. Wait for people to come in. All right. I now think I have a new theory, and I got it from Storm Monroe. And this makes perfect sense. Okay, here's what's going on. Staying hydrated is very important. This is like a has a mix in it. It has Crystal Light or something. But anyways, okay. So Storm Monroe like brought up a good point. Here's what happened. Wendy Williams wanted to quit TV. It was becoming very Tyson to her. And she wanted to quit when COVID started because she didn't want to do it at her home. And she's very old school and she likes to go to the studio. But truth be told, she wanted to go back into radio. So, radio, podcast, something like that, something futuristic, right? She didn't want to have to go do a show every day. She wanted less, whatever. She wanted to get out of keeping Kevin's girlfriend. They have always kept Calvin, serial cheater, cheated all the time. This isn't the first woman he's like pregnant. All right, that's my dogs. Okay, quiet. Good job. I'm doing a video. But anyways, I'm sorry if I'm loud. Okay, so the situation is Wendy did not want to do all right, she was married to him. Find out that Sharina is keeping the baby, has no intention of getting rid of the baby, is claiming to be in love with Calvin. Calvin wants to keep her. Well, I don't know the situation totally, but that was always Calvin's house to go play with his friends. She didn't know for years that it was keeping a woman. She got wind of it. She didn't really care. She didn't care because he's a serial cheater. He is cheated from the beginning. This is not the first woman. This is not the first baby. He found out she somehow didn't tell him, but she was planning an exit out of TV. She was still married to him. She was also planning an exit out of the marriage because Sharina was not giving the baby up. Wendy knew this. That was the deal breaker for Wendy, having a baby out of wedlock in the marriage. For some reason, that was just the deal breaker for Wendy, completely the deal breaker. And yeah, I have a wig on and I don't know where the part is. Like it's really so I just pulled it all back. It has a little bit of I think uh bangs. It's really super cool. Look, there's my hair. It's a really super cool wig, and I've actually sold a few of them to people. And they've actually mostly this goes black women usually buy these wigs, not white women. But I love wearing it because I think it's so fun. I look like that girl in The Vampire if I was her mother. Did you guys say with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, and then the girl with the really loopy hair? I could be her mother, right? I could be her mother if you think about it, right? Just make it a little calmer. But anyways, okay. So, and I can't stand how you see the red. So let's cover that red up. Okay. So Wendy wants to quit TV. She does not want to be on TV. This is about Wendy Williams. I just watched Storm Monroe and I've done a little research and I think it was all planned. I think the conservatorship was planned behind Wendy's back, actually by Calvin, her ex-husband, who was part of it and thought that he didn't know that Wendy was thinking of divorcing him. So they were actually trying to keep her in control because she didn't want to do TV anymore and she was doing so well in TV. She wanted out of TV. She wanted back in radio. She didn't want to have to TV's hard. You're there early in the morning, and then you're there late at night. And I mean, and she was she wanted out of TV. Calvin got wind of it somehow. And people aren't loyal. Somehow Calvin got wind of it. And Calvin controlled everything, all the money, all the opportunities. He was her security. He did absolutely everything. And keep in mind, Wendy does love him. She really is in love with this guy. She is, even though he's a serial cheater and she's been trying to get out and all that stuff, and she says it and she'll do that, but then she'll go crying her eyes out. There's a part of her that does love this guy. Okay. So Calvin gets together with Wells Fargo, and they know that Wendy's kind of she's had this dementia thing for years, and she gets messed up. She drinks, and the reason why, okay, she drinks. They know this. This is her choice. She used to do cocaine before. Now she drinks. She doesn't do so. She feels that it's not as bad. Alcohol is not as bad to Wendy. So Wendy is an alcoholic. So now the reason why she's coming back so much is because it's controlled, because she wants to get out of this conservatorship and she knows she has to do this. And her niece is helping her and her sister. Her sister will not let her drink. Her sister, that's the only thing is Calvin would watch her and let Wendy do whatever she wants. She was on pills, she was drinking. Now, she wasn't like she was addicted to alcohol. That's what reports have it, addicted to alcohol. So, and they controlled Wendy with this use, and everybody, and they got wind that she was going to quit the TV. And they didn't want her to quit the TV. She sabotaged it basically by sabotaging her health, just by giving up, by just drinking galore beyond belief and erratic behavior and all that stuff. She did it to herself, and then part of it was grief. Part of it was she was trying to not be controlled anymore. So now she's getting clean with the help of her sister and a niece. And, it was Calvin, the conservatorship, he actually tipped Wells Fargo off. And they owe a lot of money to Wells Fargo from their homes and all that stuff. There's still a lot of money owed to Wells Fargo. So Wells Fargo has power to do that. So, yeah. So, yeah, I'm just wearing a wig, having fun, talking about theory Storm Monroe has on Wendy Williams. So Wendy will Wendy will bounce back. How Wendy's quality of life, how long she'll live, let's just oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Prayers for Wendy. Prayers for Wendy, right? So that's the deal. She has had this man totally control her whole life. This is her way of getting out of the controls of Calvin, her ex-husband, and also out of the conservatorship. And Wells Fargo. And also, the Wells Fargo, her son was taking a little enormous amounts of money out, which was 300,000. There's a letter. There's so much going on here. So Wendy eventually will get out of the conservatorship, but she's going to have somebody have power of attorney of her for her money. They're gonna have to the courts will probably appoint a mediator to watch it. There's gonna have to be a balance and checks here, whether it's dual family members that have power of attorney, or there is actually an attorney that oversees to make sure that that person is not, messing around with our money, right? Wendy Williams. The talk show host, Wendy Williams, like, "How you doing, Wendy?" This is a pop culture kind of video on, Wendy Williams, who is a media icon. Um, and then I'm talking about Storm Monroe, who is a blogger who talks a lot about Wendy. And I got his information. And then Conscious TV also is doing a lot of great reporting on Wendy. Also, I wanted to talk about Jaguar Wright here. How many of you, now this is a different topic. This has to do with Diddy. So Diddy, Jaguar Wright. How many of you know Jaguar Wright? And if you know Jaguar Wright, do you believe her? And do you think Jay-Z will see the same fate as Diddy? Jay-Z, they say, is a little smarter than Diddy. Diddy supposedly isn't very smart. You know what I think? I don't think that Diddy's dumb. I think Diddy is just, he first of all, he's dark. He's into dark magic. I really think he's into dark magic, only because of that tattoo on his back. That's I believe that's a demon. But to each its own. To each its own. We will see everything fall out with that guy, which half of that stuff you can't even believe it because it's so crazy. And Jaguar Wright, is Jaguar Wright telling the truth? I mean, she has, there are other bloggers that are totally creaming Jaguar Wright, saying she's lying, she's lying, she's lying. Every time she talks, she lies. She did say that she was SA'd by Jay Z at gunpoint, and that came out like about 2 weeks ago, and everybody's like, "What?" She never even talked about it before. Is she just trying to do a little clickbait or what? And then you've got Sean Atwood. I love Sean Atwood. He is fantastic. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, he was a Oxycontin kingpin at one time in the United States. He lived in Arizona. He's from England. I really like him. You know what? And the bloggers that go and talk about other bloggers, as you're talking, okay, like there's Sherelle's World, and she does gossip. She does exactly what he does. And he's bigger than her, and I think she's a little jealous of him. I really do. I do think she's a little jealous. And she says that he exploits black people. He has more than just black people in his uh in regards to this whole thing. You don't know his platform. He doesn't exploit black people. He doesn't. And in fact, I think he pays people who come on sometimes. So I think Jaguar might get paid from him. So, she's making a little money. She's telling her story, her side. I don't see the problem. I really don't. But the authenticity is at a question for me. Like, what's the truth? What's not? That's how I feel about everything. Like, you go to the news outlet today. Like, if you go to like any news on on a major channel in the United States, are they telling the truth? Really? Are they telling the truth, or is it an editorial? You know? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Like, who do we go to? Do streamers tell the truth, or do they just report? Yeah, and yeah, I don't claim to do. I just report what other people are reporting. I don't really, And like I said, I'm reporting what other people report. Everything's alleged, I'm sure. I'm just reporting what other people are saying, and I tell you who says it. I don't. I'm not really, I just want to. Hey, so yeah, so Wendy, we were talking about Wendy. Now we're talking about Diddy, which is like crazy, crazy, crazy. And then, we're talking about how this country needs to come together too. We need to all come together as Americans, all of us. I mean, yes, let's make the best of whoever's president, really, seriously. Whatever Trump can, hopefully he'll come in here and he'll do a great job, and since it's the second term, he'll be softer. He'll be more compassionate to the American people. Let's give America and he always talks about making money for America. Give American citizens some money. Saudi Arabia pays their people. Other people pay their people. No, I'm not looking for a handout. I'm not. But give us opportunities. Help us, give us opportunities. Really, give us more opportunities to work with you. He's taking inclusion and diversity and inclusion away because he thinks it should be merit. Everything should be merit, which I agree with, but everything should be merit, but then it can be corruption. There are a lot. That's why that was put there. That was put there because people weren't getting fair shots, whether it be women or a black person or a disabled person or a vet or whatever have you. They weren't getting the opportunity they needed, and it wasn't a fair share, and it just wasn't fair. But life isn't fair. It isn't fair. It isn't fair. I'm here to tell you, it isn't fair. Oh, and I'm also asking my son, him and his dog got attacked by two pit bulls. And his dog her neck got chewed. She's doing better. It's been a week. He took her to emergency vet, and it cost like $3,000. And the dog really needed stitches, and he didn't get the dog stitches. I offered to pay for stitches later. He said no because I already gave a lot. So he's just pray for the dog. Dog's name is Zena. If anybody has prayers or you do prayers or positive thought, her name is Zena. She's a beautiful husky. Um, to say a prayer for her. She was attacked a week ago tomorrow. She's doing better. She's alive. I was afraid she was going to not be here with us, be unalived, which really made me super sad, but she's okay now. So I just am requesting prayers for my son's dog. Yeah, so Wendy Williams was trying to get out of TV. She didn't like TV, hard work. And Wendy is an addict, and typically an addict likes to get you have your time, right? You have your time you want to get messed up. Like I have relatives that are alcoholics, and you don't talk to them after 2 o'clock in the afternoon because they're unless you want to hear the same sentence over and over and over and over and over again, you don't call them because you know at a certain time they got their drink on, they are trashed. Um, so you don't. So again, she wanted more of her time. She wanted a drink. She wanted to get her drink on. And it does have a tendency to make you a little lazier. And she was mourning too. She's mourning the loss of her marriage, mourning the loss of being alone. What happened to those two cats Wendy had? She had two cats in her apartment with her. Beautiful cats. I wonder where they're at. I don't know. I don't even know what's going on there. I wonder if Tasha K will keep us informed. Tasha K will come. I'm curious why she hasn't come out yet. She don't talk about Wendy because I think she thought she gave us hints about Wendy a long, long time ago. A long, long time ago. Come here, baby. This is Zoe. This is my baby girl, Zoe. She's a Pomeranian. Isn't she pretty? She's a pretty girl. She's my baby girl. She is. She's 4 years old. Her name is Zoe. She's such a pretty girl. She's a pretty girl, and she's so kind. She's such a kind little doggy. She's so kind. She lays here next to her mommy. See, there she goes. She's here. She was so great, and she does the videos with me. She's in my videos, so talking about Wendy. I wonder if Black China will say anything about Wendy. I wonder if Black China. I wonder why Wendy hasn't talked to Black China. I would like that to be a conversation online. That would be a great one to see. Really would. So I'm trying to do as many lives as I can and get as many people. So do me a favor. Again, my name is Sharon. If this is the first time for you come to my channel, please subscribe, like, share. I need more followers. I need to build my channel up. So please help me build my channel up. Um, I'm talking about pop culture. I talk about news, talk about some spiritual things too as well. Um, I'm big into my faith, but that'll be another video. But I'm just trying to keep it going, trying to build this channel up so then I can have a pop culture kind of channel and I could just keep, hi, how are you? Happy Saturday. Have a great day. Let me know where you're calling from in the replay, in the chat. Oh, look at the little red hair. Let me know where you're coming from in the chat from the replays. So this is about 18 minutes. And there's not a lot of people, and I appreciate. Oh, there's more people. Hi, thanks for coming to my channel. Please subscribe. Have a great day. I'm gonna be getting off here right now. Um, do yourself a favor. Go say something kind to somebody. Go tell somebody you love them, and live today. Live in the present. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.